Welcome to the NSAA NFHS football training tape number 5. Sean Johnston here from Omaha, Nebraska and Premier Sports Officials Association, bringing you clips turned in by coaches, officials, and administrators throughout the state of Nebraska last week. The topics that we're going to be covering today are roughing the passer, face mask, illegal personal contact fouls, 2 specifically sweeping the foot and block below the waist, ineligible lineman downfield, and an illegal pop-up kick. With no further ado, let's go to our partner huddle.com and review the clips. As we try to do with most of these clips, not only look at the fouls and the rules, but also the mechanics. So this previous season, we do not have to count offensive linemen anymore. With the rule change a few years back, with no more than 4 backs in the backfield, we don't have to go to our cheek, our hat, or top of our hat, because we can allow an offense to play with really 5 linemen, 50 through 79. They do not need a certain number on the line of scrimmage anymore, as so long as there's no more than 1, 2, 3, 4 backs in the backfield. As we continue to go here, since we do have 2 receivers off the line of scrimmage, good job punching back here, but hold out 2 fingers so you are letting the people who need to know both those eligible receivers are eligible and this tight end is uncovered. The true students of the game, that mechanic will be important to communicate defense coverages, zone versus man, and then your partner, obviously, if we have 5 in the backfield for a foul. Pre-snap mechanic and keys. All right, so the line judge will have the inside receiver. The back judge is going to have the outside receiver. The H is going to have the widest receiver on his side, and then this receiver from the backfield. The purpose of this clip that was turned in was roughing the passer judgment. So as we take a look at this play from a couple angles, we'll talk about, is this roughing the passer? Is it not? And why not? And since the H's key went downfield 5 to 10 yards or more, we now want to have that H work downfield. And he does not have to remain at the line of scrimmage because the umpire is going to move up towards the line of scrimmage to officiate the illegal forward pass. So help that back judge out, because the back judge isn't going to be able to cover this receiver on this sideline and this receiver on the other sideline. So as we go, defender's in chase mode, pass is thrown, contact, and the passer goes to the ground. We're going to see in the end zone angle, the defender commits to effect the pass as the passing motion starts and continues and does not punish the quarterback. So this is legal contact by the defense. Timing of the contact and location of the contact makes this legal. We'll go to the end zone view to get a better look at sort of what we're talking about with committing to break up the pass. So this is when he starts reaching and the ball is actually still in the hand of the passer. All right. So just watching this play, this is pretty good judgment of this defender is trying to affect the pass, not punish the quarterback. So as we play it out, that's a follow through of him affecting the pass. Have that follow through been to the helmet. Had that followed through been a second punishing act where all of his body weight goes onto the passer, we could support a roughing the passer. But in this action, it was an attempt to affect the pass, not punish the passer. The next play here, we're going to take a look at face mask judgment. Remember, in NFHS rule set, we have a 5-yard face mask where there's a grasp. Then we have a 15-yard face mask where we have the grasp followed by a pull a turn on a helmet opening. So that's what we're going to be judging here on this play. Once again, similar formation. When it comes to pre-snap keys, we have the back judge who's going to have the widest receiver on the strong side. Line judge is going to have 2 inside receivers, and the H is going to have the wide receiver on his side, along with the back in the backfield. As this play develops, we have a fake pass, and the defender comes in to bat the pass down or break up the pass. The difference of this play is number 2 never becomes a passer. So we talked about the previous play where if there's abrupt, forcible contact to the head area of the passer, we could support roughing the passer. But this player never became a passer. It's just a ball carrier. And since he remains a ball carrier, the only potential foul we would have would be a face mask or face mask major. And the hand stays open the whole entire time. So you can't have a grasp with an open hand. So there goes the 5-yard penalty. Without the grasp, you don't have the pull, the turn. So there is no face mask foul here. And that's the judgment we have to communicate to the coaches, because everyone sees the contact to the head area, but there wasn't a grasp, there wasn't a pull, there wasn't a turn. It was an attempt to block the pass. Quarterback ducked his head. The hand and helmet met at the same spot, same time, and it's not a passer, so you can't connect roughing the passer to this play. Some of the great things about making these training tapes each week is getting back into the rule book. This is a play I could say I have never seen before. All right, so rule 943A. No player shall swing the foot, shin, or knee into an opponent, nor extend the knee to meet a blocker. And this is under section 4, illegal personal contact. So as this play develops, we're going to have a run. And I'm not sure if people saw it because everyone was focused on the touchdown play. Now this back judge has good vision for dead ball officiating, and he's going to actually come in here to break up these 2 players. All right, so now let's go back to our pre-snap mechanics. So back judges, you have the end line. All right, you're going to be watching the widest receivers when it comes to pass plays. So we're going to start out here. And then when this turns into run play, all right, we have to open up our vision. Where is the point of attack and where are we needed? All right, so the H and L are going to be really focused on the goal line play. So right now, the back judge is looking at this goal line play, but not needed there. The umpire's looking there. The H and L are looking there. The referee's looking there. If people ask, like, how do officials miss these type of fouls? All 5 officials are watching one area. I mean, this would be high-level officiating, seeing this threat way out here, all right, and the back judge eventually gets there, but not in just enough time. All right, so the intent of this training tape is if you are the back judge and you know all the other officials are watching around the ball, challenge yourself to have that eye discipline to move your eyes to officiate somewhere else. Look for the next threat. So on this one, you see, put it in slow motion, the defender swings his foot and contacts the blocker. Result of the play here is short of the goal line. All right. If we were to catch this foul, this would be a 15-yard penalty, half the distance to the goal, place the ball at the 1-yard line, and it would remain second down. All right. Not an automatic first down in Federation high school football. Personal foul, half the distance to the goal, remains the same down. Clock operators watching this, whenever the snap is made, reset that play clock to 40 seconds right away. because right now the play is dead. It's going to take you time to reset and start, where time is of the essence. Once that snap is going, you have the 40 seconds play clock set. The play is over. The whistle is sounded. 1,000, start the 40-second play clock. And we do see second quarter, 46 seconds left to go in a one-score ball game. Time is of the essence in this situation. So every second counts. The next rule section, foul section we're going to take a look at is block below the waist. But before we get into the play, back judge is doing a great job here. 10 seconds, he's raising his arm. And the last 5, he's doing a visual 5-second count to let that passer know how much time is left on the play clock to avoid a delay of game. Preventive officiating. And then the player we're going to take a look at here is number 3. So this first play, you make the call. Is this legal or illegal? All right, this is at the waist or stomach and is legal. All right. Now, this is early in the game. First quarter, 8:21 on the game clock. This is a great time to do what that back judge is doing, preventive officiating. Go up to that player and say, son, that was at the waist. Any lower is going to be a foul for illegal block below the waist. When we do that, talk to a captain. Use your O2O communication to let the head coach know so the head coach could talk to the player as well. Whenever we see a potential foul and we do not want them to push the envelope anymore, let's have those conversations to prevent further actions that would be deemed illegal. This one is legal at the waist and or stomach. Although he went low, the contact is at the waist or stomach. This is no foul for block below the waist. Same game, same player. Second quarter, 8:51. This is going to be 50-50, borderline. Whatever the official calls, we would support as a no call, right at the waist, or yes, this was lower, this was below the waist, and we would support a block below the waist here. All right, but if we go into slow motion and watching number 3, we see that he goes low and he almost lifts upwards. All right, so if my judgment was this was not a block below the waist, I'm going to explain to the coach it wasn't a block below the waist. He went low, but as there was contact, he went upwards into his opponent, not through the legs, where if I was going to call a foul, I was going to say the initial contact was to the leg. I saw the leg kick backwards, block below the waist. The 50-50, very tough call. It will be supported either way as long as we're using the right terminology to explain our judgment. Same game, same player, later in the second quarter. This is definitely illegal block below the waist. All right, number 9 goes head over heels. All right, lands on his head. This is Rule 10.4.6a. Basic spot is at the end of the run. All right, so the foul happened behind the end of the run. So we are going to force this 15-yard penalty from the B25 where the run ended, and the play clock is set to 40 seconds because it was a defensive foul. The run ended in bounds. Both the play clock and game clock will start on the ready. But we see the escalation here in these 3 clips. Legal, was not attended to. Push it even more, was not attended to. Let's see how far lower I could get before a flag is thrown. If we could prevent that head over heel landing on the helmet, let's do it as officials. We have 4 plays from the same game regarding ineligible lineman downfield judgment decisions. And these plays show how difficult it is to understand what is and what is not. Coaches, a lot of times you think it's black and white. there's a lot of art in officiating. So let's take a look at these plays. So we have 64 engaged with 88 initially right after the snap, and 64 continues to block number 88 downfield. This is not an ineligible lineman downfield. Couple reasons. First and foremost, this is initial bull rush. Second reason, number 88, a lot of defenders allow them to be blocked downfield to cause a foul. And they sometimes grab that offense and pull them downfield, and the offense does not have the momentum to stop themselves and that pulling force by that defender. So if it is the initial bull rush force and they stay engaged, those two players stay engaged, that is not the intent of the rule for ineligible linemen downfield. This is correctly called no foul for ineligible linemen downfield. Same game, different player. We have a pulling lineman here. All right, so is this ineligible lineman downfield? And this pulling lineman finds a linebacker beyond 2 yards on a legal forward pass that is touched beyond the line of scrimmage. This is ineligible lineman downfield. All right, the whole point of that RPO is to freeze that linebacker. All right, so that linebacker doesn't drop back to play pass defense. All right, and this lineman is going and making it look like a rush play. They're going to block the second level for that ball carrier to get through the middle of the field. So this is an ineligible lineman downfield. He is beyond the expanded neutral zone, which high school it's 2 yards, on a legal forward pass play that was touched beyond the line of scrimmage. And again, all of those aspects is what makes ineligible lineman downfield difficult. All right, not only are they beyond 2 yards, legal forward pass, and it is touched beyond the line of scrimmage. All right, so a lot of pieces to pull together, and we're going to talk about mechanics on these next two of what officials should see it and can help with it. So we talked about the expanded neutral zone. So here we're snapping at the 47. Nice, easy, big, solid line. The expanded neutral zone is the 45-yard line here. So as we play this, umpires, once we have a pass play, you want to come up towards the line of scrimmage. You are the initial calling official to rule on ineligible linemen downfield. Now, as you see, there's a big huddle in the middle of the field, so I could see how an umpire could be hesitant to move up. But this also helps us tell us this is not an eligible lineman downfield. Now, technically, is his body beyond the 45-yard line? Yes, but why and how did he get there? And why and how he got there was he lost his balance and was pulled by the defense downfield and is now falling to the ground because, again, the defense is what caused that lineman to go downfield. So this is not an ineligible lineman downfield. Umpires, pass play, move up. Typically, if those linemen pass you as you're moving up, that's a very good indicator that they are ineligible linemen downfield. Now you got to find the football when it's passed and then get information from your crew. Was it touched in front of the line of scrimmage? And on this one, the pass was touched in front of the line of scrimmage. Had that lineman been downfield illegally, we would have a foul, but this is not an ineligible lineman downfield. The fourth play to show different types of ineligible linemen downfield. We have a covered up tight end. Line of scrimmage, this is all you guys. Umpire cannot help you here. We talked about the point of emphasis this year. For this tight end to be uncovered, this wide receiver has to be back. So there's daylight between his helmet and the backside of that tight end. There has to be space. There has to be daylight. This is clearly the wide receivers covering up the tight end. So as this play goes, we have number 5 who was covered up at the snap, 1, 2, 3 yards downfield. We may give true center guards tackle 2.5, 3 yard if we have a tight end who's covered up. This is a glass plane. All right. So 5 yard previous spot will remain second down on this play. The play clock is set to 25 seconds because it's an offensive foul. The clock status is pending the result of the play. So let's see what happens on this play. We have a catch because the defense is reading this as a run play. That tight end was covered up. He initially blocked and then he went downfield. That tight end initially blocking as a lineman covered up told the defense that this was going to be a run play. Instead, the offense saw the wide open receiver, and now we have a potential touchdown. Back judges, there was enough time in this play. We should be closed down on this. You are the only official that's responsible for the goal line. Help yourself get this call right. Close down, get set so your eyes are still for the most important action. H's, you are only judging if he remains in bounds prior to getting to the goal line. So no need for the H's to go up here. Only the back judge should go up here. It is his goal line and his goal line only. Getting that ineligible lineman downfield negates this touchdown. So we would start it on the snap because the result of the play was a scoring play. We're going to conclude this training tape with the end of the game situation, onside kick. Whenever there's an obvious onside kick, and how do we know it's obvious? Look at the receivers. If the receivers are playing onside kick, all 4 officials get in the box and have that talk. The TT mechanics. Towards you, you have touch. That means the ball is kicked towards you. You have the touch. Who touches it? Is it first touching by the kicking team, or is it going to be legal touching by the receiving team? Now we need to wind the clock. Now we have clock status to worry about. If it goes away from you, you have blocks and contact. The kickers cannot block until they're eligible to touch the ball, which is the ball goes 10 yards, or the receivers touch the ball, or the receivers initiate a block. All right, so we're going to take a look at this play. Remember, beginning of this train tape, it's illegal pop-up kick. Ball directly into the ground, into the air. All right, so let's take a look at this contact first. Initial forcible contact is with the hands and arms at the opponent's chest. You may be fooled because of the crown of the helmet is down here, but his hands and arms are out in front. That is the initial contact, and he actually gets his helmet to the side. All right, so the calling officials, they actually talked about the contact on the receiver. All right, and it was a big enough sound, it was a big enough crash for the officials to throw the flag to have the communication of, was that illegal helmet contact targeting? But really the purpose of this play is the action of the illegal pop-up kick. So this is, the ball is kicked directly into the ground, into the air, and this is why in high school the pop-up kick is dead as soon as it is made. Officials, have that whistle in your mouth. It's the officials who are at the tee, at the kicker's restraining line, that should both be blowing this whistle and blowing it dead. But at the end of the day, any official that sees this illegal pop-up kick, get on the whistle as fast as you can to avoid this hit. To review the illegal pop-up kick, it's 2:24:10 is the definition, and then 6:11:111 states it is illegal, and the penalty enforcement is a 5-yard penalty, dead ball foul, kill it, so these hits don't happen. That concludes training tape number 5. If you have not went to our YouTube channel, we challenge you, please use this QR code or Google Timeout with PSOA to get access to previous live education meetings. We have a meeting for referees, a meeting for line of scrimmage, a meeting for umpires, and a meeting for back judges. Right? It is crucial information to have our mechanics solid in an understanding of rules and philosophies so we do not affect the outcome of games as these games begin to mean more when it comes to district play. We also put up daily shorts to go over philosophies, mechanics, what is not a foul, and as we get rules question-ins from our audience, players, coaches, fans, officials, administrators, we put them into our community quiz section so officials are able to apply the rules correctly. Thank you for taking time out with PSOA today. We look forward to you coming back for training tape number 6 next week. Officials out there, remember, you're only as good as your last call.